Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am knitting a little bit of my own cardigan. This one I started about, it'll be 3 years in May when I started this cardigan. And I thought I'm really going to have to stick in and get this done. But I think what put me off, I thought I hadn't wrote anything down for this pattern. And I was having to, I've already done the back, as you've probably seen before. I've done the back. That's the back of it. And when I started doing this is the left front. Is it on this side? The left front, yeah. Everything's opposite way on looking at this picture on the screen. When I started doing this one, I had to count up the rows I had done from here up to the armholes. And then I wasn't sure about the shaping here. It's when you're doing things the opposite way on that it's confusing looking at a picture and trying to show you the thing. So instead of looking at the picture and doing it, I'll look at my own thing. But when I had to do the shaping for the armhole, I couldn't remember how many I had done. I had to work out. I worked out that there were 6. I had cast off 6 stitches here, and then I had done knit a row on both sides, and then cast off 2 stitches, and then another 2 stitches, and then I just decreased, but I didn't know how many, and it was hard to work it out. I was having to count up how many stitches I had put on for the whole thing, and I just got sick of doing that. And anyway, I keep putting this down, but I thought last night I'm going to look through my books, because I'm saying to myself, I'm sure I probably wrote something down somewhere for this cardigan. I went through all my books. I have a lot, as you can see, I've got lots of books and lots of things written down where I write notes down at everything I do. And I said, I'm sure I probably wrote something down, and I did. I found it. I had put 40-inch coral button-up cardigan, 375 and 4.50 millimeter needles, and I've got the pattern is in multiples of 7 stitches plus 1. So I wrote a lot of things down, but all I had wrote was the back, because I had done the back, and I had wrote the front just up to how many rows I had done to the pattern, the actual rows, you know, the stitches for the rows. But as I had the back written down, I could work out the armholes from there. So I knew I just had to work out from where I cast off. And I was right what I had looked at. I'd cast off 6 stitches beginning of next 2 rows, and then 2 stitches beginning of next 4 rows. And that told me how many stitches. I had 97 stitches left, because I started off with 105 stitches, and I increased it to 117 stitches on the last row of the I'd just done 4 rows of garter stitch for the bottom. So anyway, I was left with 96 stitches. Then I had to decrease both ends of every row until there was 79 stitches left. That was 18 stitches. So that was 9 times. So I had worked out on the front I had to increase on the armhole, increase 9 times. Decrease, sorry, 9 times. And then when I come to the back, I had put 35 stitches for the back of the neck, and I had cast off 11 stitches on 4 rows. So I need to have 22 stitches left after I do the neck part. So I'll count out the 22 stitches and then work out how many cast off stitches decreases I have to do for the neck. So at least I have some of it written down, which was saving me, because I didn't even know to work out how many inches inches from the bottom here up to here, and I was counting up the number of rows. Yeah, because I didn't want to go just by what I thought the inches was, because it's hard to measure it once it's off the needle. So I'm going to keep on until I finish this. But anyway, I'm on today because I'm on to brag again. I have reached 9,000 subscribers on this channel, and that's the main reason I came on here. But I was to tell you about this, and I'll be telling you about one or two other things as well. And it is a 4 pattern row, this, so I have to be careful because sometimes you don't know whether you're doing a garter stitch or a purl stitch. It's because of that, you can see what the pattern is. It is a lot of garter down here, and sometimes to get that garter ridge, sometimes you have to do a knit row and sometimes you have to do a purl row. So, but I have the 4 rows written down that I actually have to do there. But like I said, I came on to brag because I am on 9,000 subscribers now, and when I first started doing this, I couldn't believe I'd ever get that far. I can't even remember what year, how long I've been doing this, about 4 years or something. Have a look on my phone and see if I can see when I put the first video up. I'm not sure, I can't actually remember how long ago it was. Now I'll come to my first video 4 years ago. Don't know whether it shows the actual date. 19th of July 2019. 2019, 22, 23, 4.5 years. It's 4.5 years since I started this channel. Took a lot of going through a lot of videos, just scrolling through till I found the very first one I put up. The very first one I put up was how to cable cast on. And so it just went on from there, onwards and upwards. I was given a shout out by a lady called Alison Russell, who does a lot of crochet, and that she gave me a shout out when I didn't have many subscribers, and they just all started from there, getting more and more subscribers, and it's still the same now. It's still, I can't understand how it takes people so long to find you, but I get a lot of subscribers nearly every day on both of my channels. I have 3 channels now because I have one for shopping, which is not monetized yet, but I am over 500 on that one as well. But I'm so glad that my subscribers like me and they still keep on subscribing. I still keep getting more and more subscribers. I do check every day just to see how many subscribers I'm getting in one day. And I think over the weekend, I think I had about 25 subscribers over the weekend. So anyway, that's a little bit about bragging. And now I've told you what I'm doing with this, but I was doing a little bit of crochet, which I'll be doing a little bit of this today as well. But I got rather annoyed about this. This is a pattern I'm doing. It's just double crochet, but I'm working it my own way. Well, it's single crochet if you're not in the UK, because they have it in different countries. But it's just a double crochet, and all I'm doing is double crocheting twice into one stitch and missing the next stitch, double crocheting twice into the next stitch, so it's double crochet twice every other stitch. That's what I've been doing. Well, I'm crocheting it till it gets a certain length, height, but I'm going to work it this way when I make the bag. I'm going to be folding it up that way. And I had done quite a few more rows. I'd done about 3 inches. I think I was about this far past. And I folded it in half like that, and I could see it was going down at an angle. Well, I know I started with a 39 chain, but with one was for turning, so I was actually working on 38 chain, 38 stitches. So I counted up my stitches now, only had 34. I had lost 4 stitches somewhere, and that's how. I'll just show you what it sort of looked like. It's not right, it's not like that now. I sorted it out, but that's what it looked like when I put it. You see, one side was going down like that. You see where that bit there is sticking up. I thought, well, I can't have that. It's going to make it lopsided. So I had to pull out all I had done, and the only thing I could think of what I had done, because I was looking and I could not see where I had lost those stitches. It was ending up the same on the ends. And the only thing I could think of was 1 or 2 stitches where I had been supposed to put 2 double crochet into 1 stitch. I must have just put 1 in here and there, and I've lost 4 stitches doing that. So it was knocking it off. But anyway, I pulled it out, and I've done a couple more rows again, and I'm counting the stitches every time, because sometimes when you're going across and you're doing 2 double crochet into 1 stitch, and that sometimes you just don't realise you might have only done 1, and that's, like I'm saying, what's probably been happening. But anyway, that's knocked me back a little bit on that one. But I was so annoyed because I can only do so much crochet, because it does affect my hand if I do too much of it. But it's not quite so bad with this finer. This is just double knitting. It's cotton. I am using cotton. I do prefer cotton for making these little bags, because I think cotton is so much better than acrylic for these sort of things. And I have quite a bit of cotton that I don't know what to do with. I can't. Cotton is something I will not knit with. I will not knit cardigans or sweaters, because it always, whenever I am knitted with cotton for myself, not since I've been doing this YouTube thing, but years ago I used to knit cotton sweaters and things, and they always used to stretch, and I did not like that. So I will not use cotton for cardigans or sweaters or anything like that. If I did, there would have to be a mixture of cotton and acrylic, because 100% cotton, you can tell even when you pull it how much it stretches when you do this. That's just me. It might not be everybody else. Everybody else might use cotton, and might be different cotton what I've used. It might be okay for them, but I do not like anything else knitted with cotton. I just do these sort of things, coasters and little bags. And anyway, that's that. I'll be doing a little bit of that later on. I'll put that in the bag, and I am onto the sleeve. I didn't get as much done yesterday after I had finished tidying up my stockroom upstairs. I think it really tired me out, because after my tea I just sat down to do a little bit knitting. I thought I'd do a bit of this. I'd done a little bit crochet in the afternoon, and like I'm telling you, it was a waste of time. I had to pull it out. So I'd done a little bit knitting, and that's as much as the sleeve I got done. And I think it was about 2 hours later when I woke up and the needle and the knittings was lying on the floor. I think I tired myself out tidying up that room and that. So I didn't get too much done. That's what happens when you're not used to working like the way I was all that time, climbing up and down on, it's just a couple of steps on my step ladder, but I kept climbing up and down on there all the time to put the wool up on the top shelf, and it must have really tired me out because I wasn't used to the exercise. So I'll get some more of that done later today, but after I sort of woke up. I only had a couple of hours before I was going to bed, so I thought I'm going to do a little bit of this. So I did some of this, and I'm doing a little bit this morning as well, because I am determined I'm going to get this cardigan finished. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the, this front bit here, because this will be where the bands are. I think I might just leave it this as it is, and when I come to do the other band, I think I'll do buttonholes up there, but I think I'm going to crochet just to close up the edge, just a slip stitch all the way down. That's what I might do, because I think this cardigan is going to come out rather big, so I don't want to put the bands on and make it even bigger, because I had mistakenly decided to use the larger needles to knit it with it having a slip stitch down. I thought I'll do it, and a lot of garter. I thought I'll use a bigger needle, and I think the bigger needles made it come out a lot bigger than I thought it was going to come out. But I'll not know until I get the two fronts finished. But that's what I'm going to do when I do the other front. I'm just going to put the buttonholes in this part here, and then the buttons will go on here, and then just do an edge with a slip stitch crochet down the edge. Up to now, I'll sort that out later. So anyway, that's my little bit for today. So give a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.